All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and of course, guitar lovers everywhere. Let's talk about the anatomy of your instrument, the guitar. Because, you know, we come in and we play, we only have 30 minutes, but do you know the names of all the parts of your instrument? What if something breaks? You go to the store, are you going to say to the repair people, the Dumaflachi broke? So it's important to know. So we're going to start at the top and work our way down. So this top part is called the headstock of your instrument. This is the headstock. We have here your tuning pegs. They all control the strings, all the 6 strings. And so there's one for each string. Remember, we've talked about the strings from the fattest one over. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears. I like that one, so let's stick with that. Right here, this part right here is called the nut. The frets are all, of course, the parts in between. These squares in between are the frets. Here's fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, fret 4, and so on. Typically, some of your frets will be marked by side markers. Depending on the instrument, they might be marked different places. This one has a marker on 1. Then, of course, it skips here. It has one on 3. Doesn't have one on 4, 5. So oftentimes they will be on odd numbers, not always. But fret markers can be on the side or on the front. In this case, I've got prettiness on the front. But those are fret and fret markers. The fretboard is this entire part up here. All of this is called the fretboard. So that's important to know too. This part of your instrument is the neck. The back of the instrument right here, that's the neck of your instrument. And right on most instruments, you either have a round or some other shape. You have a sound hole. If you're playing an electric guitar, you still have sound. It's just instead of it having a sound hole to project, you have little electric, the little dots, those are pickups. So I'm just talking mostly about this as an acoustic electric. So this is the sound hole right in here. Top of your instrument, of course. The whole part, this part is called the body of your instrument right here. All of this. But just this top part is the top. Now, under here, you have 2 parts that are important. This is the saddle, this little part that's is always kind of at a slight angle. You don't want to mess with that. It's set this way for a reason. And then this part here is called the bridge. Right here. These little bitty buttons right here, they look like buttons. You don't want to mess with those. That's with holding your strings down on this end on the saddle and bridge. I said that backwards, saddle and bridge. See, this video is important for everyone. So just know that when you are playing, how to hold your guitar kind of depends. But as far as your anatomy, it's important to make sure that your shoulders are relaxed and that you're bringing your instrument to you, not you slumping over your instrument. Make sure the sound hole is facing away, not up at you like this. I see so many students at first that want to try to attempt to play with it kind of like this, you know, and we're not doing steel guitar here, we're doing guitar. So you want to bring the instrument to you. That is important. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Sound hole away from you. The fretboard hand, that would be your left hand. You want to make sure that your thumb is on the back of the neck. Kind of behind frets 2 and 3 is where it's going to probably be most of the time. Like in this area back here. Like this. Not mashed up with your wrist, mashed up in your palm into your instrument. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is right. Why is this right? So you can reach all these notes and chords later. If you're like this, you're restricting your movement. So you want to make sure that you have your thumb back here like this. Your strumming arm, which is your right hand, you want to make sure you rest your forearm on the guitar. Not past that, you know. You're going to have just enough that you can strum, of course. So make sure that you have your strumming hand, forearm on the guitar. And then again, remember that make sure that you're strumming in the area above the sound hole. I see a lot of people play all different ways, but you're not going to get the same quality. You're not going to get sound down here, really. We don't want to strum down here for sure. That's bad. Plus, you're putting too much strain on this part of your instrument. Okay, it's getting a little better there. But really ideal is right above the sound hole. So your hand's not really, your arm moves when you strum, but your hand, you don't want your hand blocking the sound hole. That's important. How do we hold the instrument? Well, there's more than one way. If you put it on your right leg, you want to make sure that you have the neck of the instrument tilted slightly up, not down like some people try to do, like rest on their left leg. That's too low. I'd say at the very least it should be level, but it should be slightly above. Another way to play, which some people really like, is to have it in the middle and lift it up more, which is more classical style like this, which also works really well, especially if you're wanting to reach those chords easily. The only thing with that, if you have it on your left leg, is that you want to make sure you have something perhaps under your left foot to raise your foot up, or if you just want to raise your foot up, you can reach it that way. It's a very comfortable way to play, actually, even though it may not look the way most people are used to seeing this. The main thing that I like about the left leg, in all reality, is it's more similar to when you stand up and play, if you put on your shoulder strap or whatever. But anyway, hope that all of that is kind of helpful in some guitar basics about your instrument.